The ultimate life form.
End of
Chaos
vengeance.
control.
Space
Desperation.
Supersonic
Collision.
Tears.
Untamed power.
Marine
Chaos.
Center.
Professor Gerald.
The truth about 50
The end
years
of
ago.
everything.
Sonic Adventure 2. Wishes are eternal.
What's going on, guys? It's Chris Toro. So, Sonic Adventure 2, by far the most popular and infamous in the Sonic series. Sonic Adventure 2 put the modern 3D Sonic games on the map for success and disaster. Its tonal change from lighthearted adventure to mystery from the beginning to end made a big impact on the series, to say the least. But beyond any influence that it had, looking at it from a basic standpoint, SA2 had the best of both worlds regarding its stage design and gameplay. It took that episodic act formula that the old Sonic games had and the new modern gameplay that was introduced to us in Sonic Adventure 1, and also the serious tones at appropriate times like Sonic Adventure 1 had with the flashbacks and the last episode. Its director, Takashi Iizuka, translated that over to SA2, and in some points magnified that with SA2's last episode.
All of you ungrateful humans who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair. All of you ungrateful humans took everything away from me.
And at the time, gamers seemed to eat that up. Seeing how a lot of other games in the series was serious after that, SA2 was definitely influential. Chaos taking over the world is one thing, but having the grandfather of an evil scientist executed in front of everybody on video is a whole other story.
Is there anything else you want to say? No. Ready?
What's going on here?
Its serious tone was magnified to the point that it was a little disturbing. I remember as a kid playing this at the same time while playing Resident Evil Code Veronica on the Dreamcast, and that last episode kind of gave me vibes from Code Veronica, with its sense of style being so dark. I didn't necessarily like it, but I was intrigued, and let's not forget that Supersonic segment at the end. Having two rivals work together to save everything, it kind of gave me that same feeling that episode 131 of Dragon Ball Super had. I remember playing the last episode as a kid, and I couldn't believe how cool it was. Of course, it was really challenging, so I had a little help from my older brother just to get up to that supersonic part. Hey, I was really young, but considering the challenge that the last chapter had, it was right up there with the original Sonic the Hedgehog games, with trial and error being the main shtick, and speed being the achievement. Sonic Adventure 2 is more of a perfect representation of what a 3D modern Sonic game should be when translated from the original Sonic games. I thought Takashi Iizuka did a fine job, and he was obviously very passionate about transitioning the series into the 3D genre, and it was followed up by Sonic Heroes. Which pushed the series a little further in terms of gameplay, having three characters work together at the same time. Takashi Iizuka also worked on that, as well as Shadow the Hedgehog. And he produced Sonic Colors, which is known to be one of the best in the past 15 years. With those four games, every title felt like an extension of the last. Since Iizuka made Shadow the Hedgehog, the game Shadow the Hedgehog extended and gave the character substance, while Sonic Heroes concluded the story that SA2 introduced to us. To me, Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Heroes was kind of the end of that respective series, and of course Shadow the Hedgehog was met with mixed reception, some liking its serious tone and branching story, and some disliking the subpar gameplay, with Shadow being able to use guns. Without a doubt, Shadow the Hedgehog took that tone that Sonic Adventure 2 introduced and just went to a whole other level. Even its intro had Sonic seemingly dying in front of us. It might be safe to say that game effectively killed the 3D modern Sonic genre for some time, but Shadow the Hedgehog to me was the closest that the series has gotten to Sonic Adventure 2. It was admittedly rough around the edges, no pun intended, but it had the same feel of SA2, throwing a whole lot of ridiculous mechanics in the mix, some being wrenches. It was the most over the top the series has been in a while, shamelessly even. But regardless, Sonic Adventure 2 started a streamlined formula for modern Sonic games. Whether that be a bad or good thing, it brought games like Sonic Unleashed, which were still trying to refine the formula to find a perfect medium to more suitably represent the series, but it also brought games like Sonic Heroes that in a way perfected the formula, but all of those highlighted modern Sonic games were from Takashi Iizuka. So in a way, after he lost his passion and stopped making Sonic titles himself, the series effectively went under and seemed to lose all sense of direction. Sonic Team is still struggling to find a balance and always searching for a way to keep things fresh, unfortunately. When in my head, SA2 was that perfect medium. Though I prefer the first one, SA2 was arguably one of the most popular in the modern series. That's not saying the gameplay can't be further refined, because it can, and I would like to see a more perfected version of Sonic Adventure 2 to at least make the series defined again. Though it didn't last that long, SA2 came out almost 20 years ago, and it's still without a doubt the gold standard of modern Sonic games, gameplay-wise. And let me know what you guys think about SA2. Is it the gold standard for you? And if you did play it when you were a kid, let me know how that experience was. I remember this game being very important to me when I was a kid, and even though I wasn't much of a critical gamer, it did affect the way I looked at the series as a whole, notably raising my expectations to expect something better in the future. Sonic Adventure 2 did mold what I expected from the series. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Later.
Now, Shadow! Chaos control!
This is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.